Donkey Kong has an identity crisis. I don't think even Nintendo knows who this guy is, okay? This guy's family tree is one of the most confusing things in the history of gaming lore. No one can figure it out, okay? And I think Nintendo is quietly trying to retcon a bunch of stuff that they have said about Donkey Kong in the past to streamline this identity crisis. But there's one person I feel sorry for, okay? And it's the Kong himself. Because this guy has no idea who he is, neither do we, and no one can figure it out for him. Nintendo, you need to tell us exactly who Donkey Kong is. And don't even get me started on Diddy Kong, because there's more on him too, so make sure you watch for the whole video, okay? Let's start. What's up guys, Mike here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Nintendo content and more pop culture content. Let's do it. Okay, so Donkey Kong's family tree is the most confusing thing ever. It sometimes makes me wonder why this guy even exists at all. I mean, this has got to be one of the quirkiest Nintendo pieces of trivia ever, alongside the fact that Waluigi actually only exists because Wario needed a doubles partner in Mario Tennis 64. That is true, and I like to remind people all the time that Waluigi only exists because of tennis. But what if I told you that there are actually 3 Donkey Kongs, depending on how you want to look at it? Donkey Kong's first ever appearance was in the game Donkey Kong, an arcade game by Nintendo that you're probably loosely familiar with. In that game, you play as Jumpman, who would later become Mario, and this is where the kind of long ongoing relationship between Donkey Kong and Mario first started. And Donkey Kong's name was kind of like a mistranslation. They thought that donkey meant stupid. So Donkey Kong's name is literally Stupid Ape, which is already very mean. And of course, I feel like the whole Donkey Kong arcade game was loosely based around King Kong to begin with. So add in the fact that Donkey Kong is kind of just a ripoff of another big monster. A little while later, we are introduced to Donkey Kong Jr. Now, this is where it gets very confusing. Donkey Kong Jr., understandably, is the son of Donkey Kong, okay? That makes perfect sense. We 100% get that. There is no confusion there. Fast forward, Rare makes Donkey Kong Country, and this is where it all goes bananas. Honestly, no pun intended, but pretty good anyway. In Donkey Kong Country, we meet Cranky Kong, Donkey Kong's grandfather. But wait, there's more. Cranky Kong makes it very clear that he is the father of the Donkey Kong that we are playing as in Donkey Kong Country. However, Cranky Kong also speaks in that game about his long-running feud with Mario. He makes ongoing allusions to the fact that he was the Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong. Now, this is where it all gets very confusing. So Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong. Now he's old, and Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong Country is Cranky Kong's grandson. So what happened to Donkey Kong Jr.? Remember him? Paradoxically, I believe that Donkey Kong Jr. is the son of Cranky Kong, and thus he is the father of modern Donkey Kong.
I am your father.
So basically it goes Donkey Kong, now known as Cranky Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., Cranky Kong's son, and then Donkey Kong. That is actually the only way it can make sense. It's actually even weirder because I'm pretty sure in Mario Tennis 64, Donkey Kong's doubles partner is Donkey Kong Jr. Now that's just making more confusion come to my mind. Now here is the latest entry in the Donkey Kong identity crisis, because I have a feeling Nintendo is actually trying to erase this confusion and retcon everything. You see, in the original Mario Kart game on Super Nintendo, a game that a lot of people seem to forget about. I mean, Mario Kart 64 seems to be the one that people think was the original, but there was a Mario Kart on Super Nintendo. And in that game, Donkey Kong does not appear, but Donkey Kong Jr. does. He's a playable racer. On the Nintendo 64 version, he is replaced by Donkey Kong. Seriously feels like I'm trying to do a challenge of how many times I could say Donkey Kong in one video, but I'm not. Hey, just while I've got you, I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. It would be huge for me to achieve that goal. So if you can help me out by hitting the subscribe button, it would mean the world. So please do that now. Okay, let's do it. And in the recent Mario Kart World Direct, there is a tribute to the original Mario Kart game. All of the original playable characters from Super Mario Kart are parked in front of a poster of the characters in their Super Mario Kart designs. The only weird part is Donkey Kong is in front of Donkey Kong Jr. Pair this with the Super Mario Brothers movie, in which Cranky Kong is no longer the grandfather of Donkey Kong, but now explicitly the father. And I believe that Nintendo has retconned Donkey Kong as Cranky Kong's son, which I guess erases Donkey Kong Jr., or at least suggests that Donkey Kong is Donkey Kong Jr. This is a years running mystery, but to be honest, there is another Kong question that we need answered pretty soon. Because there is one glaring omission from both Mario Kart World and the new Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Where is Donkey Kong's right-hand man, Diddy Kong? Diddy has been a mainstay partner in crime to Donkey Kong since Donkey Kong Country. He's been featured in many of the Mario spin-off games and several of the Mario Kart games. Suddenly, he seems completely AWOL. He's even a playable character in Super Smash Bros., which really does show that he is a big and known and popular Nintendo character. So where is he? I actually have a big theory about this. If you follow news outside of gaming, you will know that there is a big controversy going on at the moment with a particular hip-hop artist. What is that artist's name, I hear you ask? Diddy. Now, you might think this is a bit of a stretch, but I really believe that Nintendo might be relaxing a bit on Diddy Kong to avoid any association with the rapper Diddy. I mean, put it this way, Nintendo doesn't want kids Googling Diddy and seeing results about this rapper, which honestly probably would happen. I guess they're playing it really safe, which is a shame because I love Diddy Kong as a character, but maybe it's just too controversial at the moment to have a character that is associated with the name Diddy. I mean, maybe a lot of you will call that far-fetched in the comments, but I really think that's what's happening here. There is no other reason that Diddy Kong would be completely absent from Mario Kart World and the new Donkey Kong game. And with Donkey Kong getting a complete overhaul in design for new games and for the Mario movie, it kind of feels like Nintendo is doing a soft reboot on the Donkey Kong canon, or Banon, as in banana. That was terrible. I'm going to keep going. And we know that Cranky Kong is definitely back, but to be honest, maybe they're not going to include any of the other Kong. I mean, Nintendo didn't even create Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong was created by Rare, another game developer who Nintendo asked to make some Donkey Kong games, which included Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong 64. I think this is sad. I think Diddy Kong is being quietly retired. Maybe he will come back in several years, but overall, I think the key learning from this is that there is a huge identity crisis in the Kong family, and it really needs to be sorted. And don't even get me started on Lanky. Whew, thank you so much, guys. This was a video I just thought would be fun to make, so I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you like it, hit the subscribe button for more Nintendo content, more 90s content, millennial content, nostalgic content, and more. That's what I like to do here on my channel. And comment below, what do you think of my theory around Diddy, and what do you think of the new Donkey Kong canon, or Banon, as I said? I can't believe I said that. If you have nothing to comment, but you want to help me out in the algorithm, that would be amazing. Just comment below, who is Donkey Kong? That way I know you got to the end of the video and you're a true Radio Mike fan. While I've got you, I'm all over the internet doing dumb stuff that I think is cool. I have a blog, I have a podcast, I have a TikTok where I do short form content, so I'd love for you to check some of those out. Links in description. And if you like this video, you'll probably like this video, which YouTube is recommending you right now, but you might also just want to watch a bunch of my Nintendo videos, so I've got a whole playlist set up for you right here. That is pretty much it for this one, guys. My name's Radio Mike, this has been The Inside of My Mind, and I will catch you later.